First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Achak, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. A salutation and much love to you, sincere Akim, out there pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. And I want to do a quick video about a dream or vision, what I believe to be a vision from Yahweh Shai Shai of the upcoming destruction that's going to take place here in America. Okay. And the dream actually reminded me of this movie, which I'll have the clip playing in the back of the movie Red Dawn, the invasion scene. All right, when the Koreans start coming in with the planes and whatnot. All right, so, but pretty much I'll go into the dream, and then I'll bring out some precepts, or as well as edifying. But pretty much, the dream took place here in Tampa. It looked like the city. It looked like somewhere in downtown. And I was at some kind, I don't know exactly what the building was. I was at a building or a balcony, some kind of balcony. And I hear some jets going by. You know, so I look up to the sky and there's two jets. They're flying super low. I'm talking about under the building type shit. Like the tallest building in the city was higher than the jets were. And they go by, you know, and then they come back around, or what I thought was the same jets. There's another two jets come back, but really they were different jets. And then all of a sudden, multiple jets. I'm talking about I couldn't even count them. They come and they start dropping bombs, you know, shooting torpedoes and shooting their bullets, you know, lighting up the city, and shit starts exploding, you know, I'm just talking about they're wrecking the shit. And then everybody starts to run into the streets. Everybody's panicking. And then I run out there, and I see one of the brothers from the camp, in this camp, Mayum. He's out there. We link up, and then I whip out my phone, start recording it, you know, the missiles blowing shit up, and I start uploading it to the YouTube. And I remember I entitled it "Missile Strike in Tampa" or something along those lines. Missile strikes Tampa, Florida, or some shit. And then you know, people are freaking the hell out. Me and my young start to look for somewhere to hide, you know, because shit's getting blown up around us. People getting lit up with bullets from the jets, all kinds of shit. So we end up going in this one building, and we somehow make our way through the whole building and out through the front door. And at that time, the barrage of missiles, or the attack, so to say, it ceased. Their jets weren't nowhere to be seen anymore. But all, you know, shit's blowing up still, you know, because it's on fire and whatnot. People panicking and screaming. And then we go outside again, and then we see more warplanes, like you'll see in this video, the clip from the movie Red Dawn. We see more those planes coming, and then people start coming down on parachutes. I'm talking about they're everywhere. Okay. And as they're coming down, they're shooting motherfuckers, you know. As they get closer to the ground, they're starting to shoot people. Okay, so me and my young, we start running up this alley, so to say, you know. And meanwhile, people literally next to us are dropping dead like flies, you know. And the Lord was preserving us or protecting us. But we, like, you know, something had happened, and I think we had ended up killing one of the soldiers or some shit. You know, we put him down, and I took his pistol, and then my yum had ran up. He kept running, and he hid in this one spot right next to where a couple of the soldiers were at shooting our way. You know, and I since I had the pistol, I had took cover, and I started capping them niggas, and I killed a few of them. And then my yum, I think he ended up getting an assault rifle or something, you know. And then it was weird. We ran back together, and we were taking cover in this one spot. And all of a sudden, right before I wake up, somebody comes up right over us, and he says, "See, these are the guys we've been looking for," or something along those lines. These are the guys we've been looking for. We need guys like this. And then that's when I woke up. I don't know exactly who it was. I think it was a soldier or something. But that's why I remember these are the guys we're looking for. We need guys like this, and then that's when I wake up. But it was a spiritual dream, man, because it's showing how America's gonna be invaded, you know, and that's what's coming here to the shores of America. Okay, great horrible tribulation is coming to America. All right, the city of unwalled villages is gonna be raped. You're gonna have these foreign nations, all right, the UN troops, the Russian troops, North Korean troops, whatever the case may be. You're gonna have them invade America. All right. All right. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And who's walking in great pride? These everyday Americans, because in the dream, right up before the jets started flying over and blowing shit up, everybody was just walking around doing what they do, shopping and having a good old jolly time. Just being prideful demons. But when all hell breaks loose, everyone's gonna be in fear, because they're not gonna know what's happening. And even in the dream, obviously missiles start to blow shit up around you and jets flying. You're gonna be, whether you know this truth or not, you're gonna be shook up. All right. So yeah, even in the dream we were shook up, but as soon as the spirit took over, we knew what to do. We started maneuvering, ended up getting guns, put niggas down. The spirit took over. But that's how it's going to be in that day. You're going to have to let the spirit guide you where you need to do and where you need to be. All right. That's why knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of the times, knowledge of what's happening. All right. Knowledge of these scriptures and who to trust in, who to have faith in, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. So these people, they're going to be losing their fucking minds like chicken with no head, running around, getting blown up and put to death because they don't have no faith. They don't have no guide. Okay. And that's what's going to separate us from them in that day. It's going to be made evident who the Lord's dealing with. All right, Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that's talking about Esau coming hard in these last days. So when he starts to send his military troops, because I believe they were Russians for some reason, I don't know why, but I think it was the Russians, in that dream, in the vision. But they're not more than Edomites, all right? They're Russian speaking Edomites. So they're gonna come down with great wrath upon you Americans, because of the hatred they have for you. All right, the whole world really hates America, but all right, really the Lord is going to allow Esau to come down upon you Israelites with great wrath, because it's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble, and America being invaded is part of the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, in the midst of civil war, race wars, whatever, there's going to be an invasion here in America. All right, where they're going to start kicking ass and taking names, putting a lot of niggas to death. All right, and then the nukes come, however the Lord has it set up. You best believe you got an invasion coming in on the streets to America. All right, because this is the only place. That's why it's called the old virgin daughter of Babylon. It's the only place that haven't been molested by an invasion or an attack. All right, and you can't say 9/11, all right, because that was an inside job anyway. And Pearl Harbor was that's a bunch of crap too, but that was not on the mainland anyway, and they didn't invade. They just dropped bombs on it. But that was the kind of bombings they were doing, in their fighter jets in the dream. All right, but this is Second Ezra 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. All right, so what is the sword? It's an instrument of death. All right, and the destruction draweth nigh, and that's what I seen in the dream, man. Death and destruction. People getting lit up, buildings being blown up. Whole city was in wreckage, and then they invaded. And then after they do the sweep, all right, that's usually how they do an invasion. They do the sweep, drop some bombs, and then they send in the troops. All right, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, and that's going to be literally leading up from the race wars. Okay, the civil war that's going to happen here in America, which is already brewing up. All right, the stage is being set for another civil war. But what that invasion is going to be people standing up against each other, man. One nation against another nation. All right, as Matthew 24 says, one nation against another nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's what's coming. All right, it's going to be in the midst of World War III because America. All right, America is not going to go untouched again, like in World War One and World War Two, where nothing happened to America really. All right, except for Pearl Harbor, but that no, it's going to be on the streets of America. You're a local town near you. All right, in the major cities, all the major cities. Right, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. So not just your neighbors gonna be invading you. You're gonna have nations invading each other. All right, going behind enemy lines, dropping bombs. All right, inserting uh, um, soldiers into other nations. Okay, they shall not regard their kings nor princes in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. So hey, when they block off the cities, okay, martial law, all right, and when because Russia or somebody, China, they can take over a whole state and allow nobody to come in or out, and they have a stronghold there or whatever. Hey, it's gonna happen, man. It's part of war, and it's gonna happen. All right, and then here goes again about the pride. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's what happened in the dream, man. Like we read in 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 50. For the great pride, they have walked in great pride. Well, look, for the pride of the cities, all right? And that's what was happening to this city in the dream. It was getting destroyed. It was troubled, all right? And men were in fear. So I don't want to say it's edifying. Ball.